For this video, I'm really going all out with the toys and props. I've got this mini Statue of Liberty that I picked up in New York the last time I was visiting the Empire State Building. I've got the New York postcard with the big giant Statue of Liberty on there. And I've also got a hair blow dryer. I want to show you the newest Air Force Ones that were inspired by the Statue of Liberty, and they actually change color with heat. So that's the reason for the hair blow dryer. But before we get to the Air Force Ones, let's have a look at the first pair of Statue of Liberty inspired Nikes. And it's a pair of Dunk SBs from 2010. And after the success of this pair of shoes, Nike released a few other Statue of Liberty inspired kicks, like the Hyperposit. There are some very rare LeBron models that are inspired by the Statue of Liberty, but it all started right here with these Dunks. And you can see that the color of them is green. It's actually listed on the box as seagrass. And the reason why the color is green is the Statue of Liberty appears to be a little bit copper and green. The Statue of Liberty is made out of copper, and over time, when copper oxidizes, it turns into sort of like a bluish green. It's known as patina. And so that's actually the reason for the color on the upper of this shoe. Something cool about these Dunks, they change color as well, not from heat, but actually from wear. And when we look close up at the shoe, you can see sort of like a copper undertone underneath here. And that's the way that these shoes deteriorate. And then check out on the tongue right there, you can actually see the Statue of Liberty's head with the crown. Very, very cool. So we'll move these Dunks out of the way. Around the time that these Dunks came out, there were some other color-changing SBs like the Cheech and Chongs. So these weren't the only color-changing SBs from around the 2010 era. And now, without any further ado, let's get into these Air Force Ones. The box says Air Force One 07 Elevate Quick Strike, and they retailed for $100. Little black box right here, and we'll pull the first shoe out. So, interestingly, the color of this shoe, it's described as rust on the box. And you can see that this would be almost like the way the Dunk SB would deteriorate. And this is a very, very innovative upper that changes color with heat. Remember those shirts back in the 80s that you could like breathe on them and they would change colors? And sometimes there's water bottles that you can pour a cold substance in and they'll change colors. Well, check what happens when you add heat to the shoe. Are you seeing this? Like, how crazy is this? Like, mind-blowing. It just takes a second. And once heat hits the upper of the shoe, it completely changes colors. Like, check out that side right there. And now we'll hit it with the heat. And the shoes change back colors once they cool off. Talk about innovative. Talk about cool. Talk about clever. And what a great idea to do it with the Statue of Liberty shoes that change colors. Check that out. Really incredible. And as the heat is taken away from the shoes and they start to cool off and return to room temperature, you'll see that they will turn back to that rusty color. Let's have a look at the other side of the shoe. It's been a second since we hit that with the heat. Looks like it's still this greenish color, but actually you can see that the brownish color is sort of starting to come back. Pretty incredible. I would imagine that Nike will keep doing this. It's such a really cool concept. Maybe they'll start having matching apparel too, and we'll really go back to the 80s. I think that stuff was called hypercolors, but maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, it's been a great pleasure checking out these color-changing Air Force Ones. Look at them as they're turning back to that copper, bronze, brownish colorway. Over here, it's still a little bit green. Like crazy, right? Wow. So there they are, turning brown again. Anyway, it's been a great pleasure introducing you to these color-changing Air Force Ones. I look forward to lots more of this stuff in the future. There's no way that Nike would stop with just this pair of shoes with such a cool technology.